Welcome to Wildflower Western Lifestyle Live with host Becca Salamone.
Hey y'all, I'm Becca Salamone. You're watching Wildflower Western Lifestyle Live, where we share the love of horses, line dancing, country and western music, and the cowboy way of life. I'm so super excited to have a couple of friends on the show with me tonight. They're actually dance friends, and I've recently met them, and we've become buddies. And I want to welcome to the show tonight Will Dorsey and Angelina Bruno. How y'all doing tonight?
Hey.
Hey, and they are with Steel Country Dancing, so we're going to learn all about that tonight.
Howdy.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about this. Line dancing is one of my loves, and dancing is one of my loves, has been my whole life. And so I was really excited to have some more dancers come on here. So I guess let's just first start with kind of like your background in dancing and how you first started dancing. And y'all can decide who wants to go first.
All right. What's really funny is I feel like we meet a lot of people in the dance scene as we've gotten more into it that all have like intense dance backgrounds. They've been dancing since they were 7 or something like that. They've done every style there is. And I have less experience than she does as far as the background goes. But like I had never danced before until college, like until junior year of college, where I actually started trying it.
Wow.
So I got into it because I love country music. Went to a honky tonk in Knoxville, Tennessee, which is a country dance bar. And they were like, "Oh, you just do a grapevine." I was like, "Oh, I can do that." And then now we're 5 or 6 years later, and I've been teaching it for 4 years. So,
wow, that's amazing. What about you, Angelina?
So I moved out west to Nevada, and I was in the middle of nowhere, Nevada, and there was this little old school mining town. Not a lot of people, but what they had was every Wednesday was come learn some line dances. And I was like, I got nothing else to do. I love trying new things. Let's go out there and try it. So I learned out west, did that, and that was 3 years ago now, and came back to the east side of the country, started doing it back at home in Maryland, moved down here thinking, oh, I'm moving to the South. There's going to be so much line dancing, so much country swing dancing. And I come down here and there's almost nothing, especially in Birmingham.
Yeah.
So being able to bring it to Birmingham a little bit more and combine our two previous experiences and our past knowledge of me teaching line dance, him teaching country swing, and kind of putting it together has been a really amazing experience to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you moved out there from where? Where are you from originally?
I'm from Maryland originally.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I'm from Asheville, North Carolina originally.
Okay.
I went to Tennessee I went to Tennessee for college. So that's where I learned. And then we both moved to Birmingham. Fairly close to each other time period wise.
I got here about 8 months before you. I've been here for almost 2 years now.
I've been here almost a year. Right at a year.
Yeah, we're so glad that you're here. And one of the things, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this show is because you're like the first, or y'all are the first country swing teachers, instructors in the state of Alabama that we know of, right?
Yeah.
And now there's about, 3? So
how did that? Technically 3 to 4, depending on things.
Yeah, and like, how do you know that you're the first? Like, did you just
It's genuinely so. Yeah, we should probably kind of explain what country swing is.
Yes, that is a good thing.
Let's do that. So I'm gonna share.
Go right ahead.
Okay. Yes. So if you can pull that up real quick.
Yeah.
We'll just show what country swing looks like, just to educate anyone if they're not sure, and if you can switch it to.
See if I can get it to a good.
Yeah. There's one more that we tried last time that was a little bit better. If you can get to it, where you had the video as the big one.
I think maybe because we took some down out of the stream. That may be about the biggest I can get it right there.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
So just to show, this is modern country swing. So, me and Angelina dance at the brewery that we danced at. Really good time. And you'll notice that there's lots of rotation, modern country swing.
inspiration. Yeah, there we go. Say it again because the music was really loud.
Yeah,
Not sure
I
anybody heard
figured.
that.
So, modern country swing is super fun, and it is a bar dance. It's built to be able anyone can pick it up and learn it pretty quickly, as opposed to ballroom style dances where you need to practice for months to even do the basics. And it's converted from traditional country swing, which is done a lot in like Alabama and other places that don't have country dance bars, because that was popular and somehow got passed along even though no one teaches it, where it's a lot of yanking in traditional country swing is what we call it. And then modern country swing has lots of flow to it, and you can play with the lyrics a lot. There is timing, but it's a lot more free and open for you to play with the music.
Yeah,
And so
definitely that
modern,
if you straighten your elbow all the way out, that yanking back and forth, that can
yeah,
really
it looks like this, just pulling each other. And so we don't do that.
With traditional, it's a lot of patterns. So it's memorization of, oh, I know the next 3 moves because it's a pattern.
Yeah.
Modern country swing it's all reading each other, it's all playing around, it's not a pattern. It is completely freestyle. Like,
would you say that would you say that it's closer to West Coast swing than anything?
Yeah. It's kind of it's taken inspiration from a lot of dances. So it's really interesting because it's kind of one of the newest big dance forms. Like, it's only in the form it's at currently, about, people estimate, maybe 30 years old, which for a dance form is very young if you think about how long it takes for dance to propagate through like the nation or through countries or whatever. And so like West Coast swing, which is new in terms of dances, is like 120 or 150 years old, somewhere around there.
Wow.
And so it's a baby. It really is a baby, but it takes a lot of inspiration from West Coast. It has that feel, that reading each other back and forth, but we steal moves from everybody.
So how do you feel about, being basically influencers to develop this art form?
I love it. I mean, I literally started like learning and teaching country swing just because I wanted more people to dance with, because at our bar, no one really knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
And so the reason, to answer your question earlier, the reason I know that I was probably the first in Alabama, or if not the first, the second, is because it's a small community as far as people who teach it. And so I know like everyone near us, or at least on the East Coast, essentially, who teaches it.
Yeah.
And I've learned from the pros and know the pros who teach it around the country. It's kind of started in Arizona, Texas, Florida, and it's slowly spreading throughout the U.S.
Awesome. So I know what you're talking about when you're saying you need to basically create some people to dance with, because when I go to a new place to teach and I have to build up the line dance repertoire, so to speak, for people to know what to do, and to be able to join me on the floor. And what do you think about that, Angelina? Because you teach some line dance at y'all's classes too, right?
Yeah. So it's, I think, part of what I talked about when I moved down here, and we both noticed there was nothing here. Like, there's no really big, honky tonks in Birmingham. Right. I've been to a couple of other classes. I've been to a couple of your classes before, and just getting people interested is the first hurdle. And then it's like, okay, well, we have to build on this. We can't get to the really fun dances until we learn our fundamentals. And that goes with line dance, that goes with country swing. Right. You can't do these big things. So it requires patience to get there, because we want to have fun. We want to get to do these things, but we have to start here. But I mean, we've been doing this for long enough now. We're really seeing a lot of our students start to do these cool moves and do these cool line dances and build. And we are watching the community build right now, and it's really cool.
That's fantastic. And when I've come down there a couple of times, there's so many people there, and it's, you got a great big huge venue to do that, so that's wonderful. But one of the things that Will and I were talking about the other day is the difference between the young folk and the seasoned folk, and y'all can draw from a lot of the the college and the university crowd down there because you're closer to the downtown area.
Mhm.
And so, how are you experiencing that? Do you mostly have just young folks coming in, or is it all ages?
It's mostly, I would say, younger folks. We definitely do get some more seasoned people that come in and have experience, especially with line dancing. They come in and they know things right away. We do notice some variation differences of songs that we, the youngers learn it mostly through TikTok, if anything, of social
Right.
media of it. This is popular. This is the dance is popular. But 20 years ago, that wasn't the popular dance to that song. Vice versa. That's how we see it there. Country swing, we get a lot of seasoned people who have done the traditional or they do other dance styles, and they're like, we just want to do something different. So those people are always so much fun to work with because they have something to pull from.
Yeah.
And so we can see it when we're teaching, when they're dancing, that they either pick it up a lot easier, they have their own style, they add to it. But it's really interesting to see seasoned people come in, pick it up in that way, and then the younger generation come in and learn it in a completely different way from scratch, who just want to look for something fun to do in Birmingham. So we definitely get all walks, but
And there are definitely differences in technique, and then just how the individual steps are performed. And I always tell my students, if you make a mistake or anything, we don't call those mistakes. We call those variations. So, but variations are also just different ways to do the dance as well. It's not just the mistakes. That's a big joke in my class. We variated on that one.
We definitely get a majority of our demographic is 20s to 30s. Probably more than likely. But what's cool about us being part of the country dancing in our generation, and as it's kind of picking speed back up again, is that it really died off really hard for a long time there. There used to be a lot of honky tonks. I'm sure you know and remember that there used to be country dance bars, smaller than what you see nowadays, but they used to be everywhere. And they all kind of died. And there's a whole story behind that there's multiple theories of why that is. But one of them is that like concert country comes in and you stop having country music made for two-step. You stop having it made to be played in a small honky tonk, a small bar with live music. And so as that happened, and with other, financial things, about we talked about the two country dance bars that were in Birmingham, or maybe 3 or 4 that have shut down and aren't around anymore. Well, now they're blowing back up. Florida has tons of country dance bars all over the place, and they're growing like crazy. And so it's really cool to be part of country kind of becoming more popular again. And especially in this form of country swing is becoming really popular, and line dancing is becoming even more popular again. And our generation is craving that, is like craving country dancing and craving something to do like that.
That's perfect. And we are waiting for that person who's going to open a country dance bar here. We can't wait for that.
Hey, if anyone wants to do it, we will partner.
There you go.
We are ready and willing.
Awesome. I love to hear that. Because that's one of my prayers all the time. It's like that. First of all, that it comes back, and then there's a good enough place to go to do it where it keeps it going. Yeah,
us too.
We're doing all the practice. We need a stage to do it on.
Yeah,
that's right. So
genuinely, Angelina. For the viewers, we'll probably end up telling the whole story of how Stowe Country started, but currently we run lessons every week at Magnolia Ballroom, and we get about 20-ish people, I'd say. And then twice a month we run a big public night, kind of like a country dance bar normally would, on Mondays, twice a month at Cahaba Brewing. And we have on average about 120.
Average, yeah.
Over 100 at least most of the time.
Definitely.
And so we have enough people now that Angelina, when she teaches line dancing, she goes above her head.
I saw that the other night.
It's like, all right, you're going to cross.
They can't see my feet, and line dancing is mostly footwork.
I wondered about that the other night because, you don't have a stage to teach from. And I normally teach from a stage, so you're above people and I can see you mostly.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll put one of those in there for you so you can stand above the crowd.
Maybe.
That would be a hope.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is still very new. We've had a lot of success. We've done tons of events too. But we started this in March, I believe. So our first night at Cahaba was in March. So it's been 7 months.
Yeah. So it's growing and growing. Now, so you're at Magnolia's on what nights?
Thursdays, every Thursday, 8 to 10 p.m.
Okay. And then Cabo Brewing is when?
Twice a month, the second and fourth Monday of the month normally. That changes depending on Cahaba Brewing's availability. But
That's from
yes.
7 to 9:30.
Yeah.
7 to 9:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the first one of that, so we always teach line dancing at both of those. The first one, we also teach country swing. And the second one, we do much more social time. So we don't teach country swing and we just play music. We'll do 2 line dances, 2 partner dances,
3 line dances.
3 line dances, 3 partner dances on and off.
That's
or 3,
awesome.
is it 3 too?
Yes, on line dancing, on the second one, since it's line dance, usually we get a lot of line
We do
dancers
3
on that
too.
second one. We do 3 line dances, and then we'll do 2
Yeah.
partner dancing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Right now, you were going to be at Railroad Park, or maybe you are there.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're there once a month currently from 5 to 6 p.m. Right?
We are not doing that. Was for their event that they do, where they have local vendors come and sell food and sell different objects and homemade things, other local businesses, and they asked us to come and do free country swing dancing lessons there. But now that it's getting colder, they're not doing that anymore. So we're
That's right.
unfortunately
I
done
forgot
for
that
the
was
season.
the last one.
Yeah.
So, go back to how you got into country swing and what really drew you to that particular style?
Okay. Do you want us to talk about country swing or line dancing first?
Either one.
I mean, like I said, I just got mine's not. He has a funnier story. I just got into line dancing because I like trying new things. It was something to do, and I just fell in love with it right away because I do like dancing. So,
all right, here's the story. So I get invited to this country dance bar, and I love country music, and so it's the Cotton Eye Joe in Knoxville. It's infamous. People have probably heard of it before, but I get invited in college, and I'd never been there before. I heard it was trashy. I get invited by these friends of mine, and we have a ball, and they know all the line dances, like literally all of them. And I'm like, this is so cool. I've got to get into this. So I start learning the line dances and whatever, get pretty good at the line dancing. And then I was dating a girl and saw on TikTok, like traditional country swing. And it was like this just series of this little pattern of moves, and you flip the girl at the end. Like pick her up and flip her upside down and put her back on her feet. And I was like, that's cool. I want to be able to do that. And so I slowly learned that, and I just thought it was fun. I mean, you get to dance around, act like you know what you're doing. We had no clue what we were doing. And then you get to do these lifts. And so I slowly started learning lifts and was trying to learn the actual dance, but there was like so little and still kind of is. There's not a lot of documentation online of like what the actual dance of country swing looks like and what you should be doing. So very slowly learned and found a friend that I became really close with, and her and I started doing it together and learning. And slowly, actually, through combing the internet, because I'm an obsessive person, and just learning off TikTok, finally started to learn some things. And then got better and better at that. And then we went to Nashville Dance Fest, and that was went straight in the deep end and found out how to actually swim. So Nashville Dance Fest is a large dance event. Large Nashville Dance Fest, sorry, is a large dance event in Nashville, where you're doing workshops all day, country swing and line dancing, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then there's competitions at night and social dancing, and that blew our minds. It was the most fun event I have probably ever been to, and we went to the first one, like me and this group of friends I'd met at this bar. And so from then on, we were obsessed, and we learned so much. We realized we had no clue what we were doing, really, and learned all of this from this event, and then went back to Knoxville and started learning. And I started teaching people just for fun, just because like I wanted more people to be able to dance with, and my girlfriends wanted guys to be able to dance with them, and my guy friends wanted girls to be able to dance with them. So I just started teaching everybody, and we all slowly started learning together. that keeps going. There's some line dancers that are really, really good at the Kanai Joe. Two of them end up coming like into this little group we're starting to create, because no one at that bar really knew how to do country swing. No one. They like knew the bones of it, but they didn't really have it down. Anyways, these two, Reagan and Kaz, come in and they start learning, and they're just insane dancers to begin with in line dancing, and we're already like competing in line dancing and winning things. Well, I get them into country swing, and we all start getting really good because now we're feeding off each other, watching videos, learning together. And we also have been to these events and seen the pros. So we have more like fundamentals down, so we can learn more on our own.
Right.
Anyways, me and Reagan slowly get better and better at this, and are teaching people just at the bar. We get hired for this wealthy family's birthday party.
Okay.
And so we teach line dancing and country swing. And I'd never like taught it in a professional setting before that. And we just went from there. We eventually like start doing a night at a bar, and it ends up getting like 70 people. Me and Reagan do it. And then I have to move, finish college, and Kaz ended up taking over for me, the other line dancer. And now those two have competed and won like everything in country swing. They're currently about to be in the advanced level. And so they have taught like across the country. It's incredible.
Exciting. That's cool.
Yeah. So that was how I got started.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of like jump in and, swim.
Yeah.
That was one of my next questions is, obviously it's kind of new and it's new for y'all as well. So you're developing your technique as you go along, if I can speak. So what do you do when you try to teach a lesson? I mean, do you follow a certain pattern of teaching, or is it kind of different all the time, or you're just learning and improving each time?
Thankfully, what helped me out a ton was because I taught so many of my friends. I mean, I probably taught 50 people just at the bar. It helped a lot when I started actually professionally teaching, that I knew how to describe things better. But generally, I kind of show the move, try to explain it in detail. That depends on the move, and I vary it depending on how fast people are getting it. And then trying to connect it all together and get it smoothly. And then if you vary it lesson to lesson. Like when we teach basics, because we might have advanced people, we might focus on one fundamental piece of it this lesson, and then focus on a different fundamental this lesson, so that everyone gets something out of it, because working on those fundamentals is what's going to really help you.
And then kind of explain about lead and follow for people that don't know those terms and what that means and everything.
So in country swing and in a lot of partner dances, the lead is responsible for the timing and kind of the structure of the dance. The follow is responsible for framing themselves, filling space, and kind of being creative in a way, but
The
also
flair.
listening. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the flair. There's a good phrase of the lead is the picture frame and the follow is the picture. So our job is just to make them look really pretty. But what's fun about country swing is it starts to become a conversation. So I might tell Angelina, like, hey, let's do this move. And she's going to go, all right, well, I'm going to take what you suggested and let's move it and kind of make it look like this. Or, hey, I'm hearing this in the song. I want to do this. Or I say, oh, well, I hear this right after that. So let's go to this move. And so when you get to a better level and you have really good connection, which we talk about in our classes a lot, you really start to like flow together and you're having a conversation the whole song.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's listening to me, I'm listening to her, and together we're interpreting the song, and it's all improv. That's what's very different.
It's finding a way to communicate without speaking, like strictly through body language, like the tiniest of movement could mean something.
Well, I kind of know what you're talking about there, because, well, of course, I've done partner dancing as well, two-step and all that kind of stuff. But for line dancers, people don't understand how, like, we go out to see a band on the weekend or whatever, and we'll just walk out to the floor. We listen to the beat or whatever. We look at each other and we're like, oh, that'll go. We just kind of know, and we just start dancing. We're reading each other, but it takes a while, several years to develop that,
Yeah.
So these people that are coming to learn, they've never been there before. How are you excuse me, how are you getting that over to them, and kind of explaining what that really feels like if they've never done it before?
Well, that's been a work in progress. So we have definitely learned, we both came in with teaching experience. Obviously, he has country swing teaching experience, but still we're learning on what are people receptive to, what key words are they holding on to, how literal do people take things.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's definitely been a learning experience of, oh, I say this, they did this, but that's not exactly what I want. So how can I better communicate this to get them to move in the way that makes more sense? I think we have probably changed our basic script, I would say, couple times now.
Oh, absolutely.
And we've kind of
on the line dancing and the country swing side.
Yes, on both. When it comes to basic, I think we've kind of taken this. We start with the lower body and do like the footwork and the weight transfer, and then once they get that, we focus on the upper body, and that's where like our tension comes in and our frame. So I think separating that kind of helps. We have definitely seen the difference between how we've been teaching lately versus how we taught even when we first started.
Oh, absolutely.
And how quickly things have come up. And luckily, a lot of people that were with us in the very beginning are still with us now. So they also help. We ask them of, when I said this, what did this mean to you? Or how did you interpret this? And so we luckily, like I said, we have a great community who we can bounce ideas off of as well.
That's great.
So,
and we try to explain things in multiple different ways. So like when she's explaining sailor step, she'll explain in two different ways. When I'm explaining just a basic or a ride or something like this, I'm going to explain it in three different ways, and then hopefully we'll get feedback later, and that helps us.
Mm-hmm. Now, when I teach, it's a smaller group. Sometimes I can spend a little bit more time with that, right? So
yes.
You have 120 people, and it's jam packed in there. Mm-hmm. How are you dealing with that and like the time flow? Because you can lose attention and things like that. So you don't want to spend too much with one person who might have a question. How are you dealing with all that for 120 people?
For line dance, when we do the big nights, I generally try to teach easier dances because most of the people that come to that are coming with low experience level for the most part. Obviously, we have people that come, and my hope is that everyone walks away knowing at least one line dance that they learned. And I like to think about it as when we do the harder dances during social time, that is basically like walking advertisement of these people learn these harder line dances from like our smaller classes where we can spend more time learning these harder line dances.
Right.
And so that's kind of what I envision. I want people to learn, but I want people to see as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're going to take step in there, and then they maybe could do private or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We, I think because of where we started this, and there's not much of this, it's basically only you. And you've got a smaller venue and all that, we get a ton of people who have either never danced before or never tried any of this. Mm-hmm. And so because that's our demographic, we have to take care of those people.
Yeah.
So we try to keep things very simple and very approachable.
Yeah. You don't want to leave anybody behind.
The big crowd is a challenge, that's for sure.
Yeah. And you do have all the different levels, and it's a challenge for me as well, even though it's a smaller venue. And so for me, when I teach, I'm always starting out with absolute beginner, and then I go up in difficulty throughout the night. Mm-hmm. And the people that can't get it, they are welcome to sit down. Or I always say, just stand there and try to do it, even if you can't get it done, because eventually you will, and don't give up. Now I want to bring up something that you kind of, said something a few minutes ago about the picture and the picture frame and the picture, and you're really kind of like trying to show off the woman when you're dancing in a lot of these dances. And so that reminded me of, I've been watching country swing for a while with that Show Her Off channel. Do y'all watch that?
What?
Show Her Off?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. They're pretty good. They're getting pretty good.
Yeah. So, I didn't know if you knew those people in the circles that you run in.
I know of them. I don't know them personally very well, but yeah. I know a lot of the others.
That's pretty cool. And I'm thinking that, well, I don't know. I mean, I was attracted to it, but I'm thinking that's where it kind of like blossomed when that channel came out. But maybe y'all channel.
It's definitely, no, you're right. It's definitely one of the ones that blew it up.
Yeah.
Country Nomads is by far the one that like really started everything.
Mhm.
And they're still one of the only and best sources for actually learning it online. They have an app, and it's probably the main thing that I recommend for beginners.
Okay.
Because otherwise, there's almost if anyone checks this out and wants to learn what country swing is like, if you look on YouTube or something like that, you probably won't find good resources explaining what it is.
Mhm.
That is slowly changing, but yeah. So Country Nomads is what I would recommend if you wanted to check things out.
So in the future, do you think that you guys will put together a course or something like that that's online?
We've thought about it. What we might start doing is the other thing that we do whenever we teach a lesson is we will do a demo video at the end of our classes.
Mhm.
So we will show what we taught, especially for country swing. Angelina also does demos when we do our line dancing when she first shows it. So in case anyone wants a video of that, what we might start doing is taking videos of um, of those demo videos and posting them on YouTube or something like that. So
That's a good idea.
we eventually want to get there.
For sure. Now, music. How do you look for a good song for country swing? What's a good song for country swing to you?
So it's not always country music. I will say
Oh, yeah.
that. I will say that a lot of people go, well, like, I don't like
That's
country
it.
music. There's so many other genres that
Yeah.
we play with. And I mean, it really just comes down to a certain beat pattern that you kind of just start to recognize. I wouldn't say there probably is an exact science behind it somewhere, but really it's if you're listening to it and you can feel that you can do the basic step to it,
Yeah.
that works.
Well, line dance is generally in counts of 8. My brain is gone. A West Coast swing is in like 6, 8, 12, all
Mhm.
different. So what is country swing in?
So country swing. So this is what's nice because West Coast also you can change the timing, so you can do almost any song. Country swing tends to be good at about 60 to 120 BPM. And there's other things that make country swing songs better, and I'll say that in just a sec. But the basic, you have 3 steps. So your right foot's back, your left foot's forward, and you will step forward through left, bring your feet beside one another, and then your left foot comes back. So
Use your hand.
but so you got your essentially taking 3 steps. One is a weight shift, and with those 3 steps, you can either do 1 step, which is 1, 2, 3 with your settle, and then 4, 5, 6, and your basic is finished. Or you can do quick, slow, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that settle step takes 2 counts, and then it's 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
With that, you have lots of play, and you can almost do any song. So you can do lots of different things. It really comes down to country swing has lots of pauses. So West Coast, you'll see people like hit every single beat. Da 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 da. Their feet are moving on almost every beat unless they slow it down for just a minute. Country swing is very lyrical, so we're still on beat, but we can take the lyrics and play with them a lot more. So in general, we really like songs that have big phrase change hits, which is where, like in line dancing, you have 4 8 counts and then you have a big shift in the music. We like ones that have ones of those that are really big or that has a really solid beat. And then from there, you can really do whatever. I mean, we've seen competitions that have been done to Disney music for country swing, which is hilarious and super fun.
One of the things that I want to do right now is I met somebody at the place where I teach that does or did step shows like in college, whatever. Do you know what a step is? Like very rhythmic, traditionally African American.
Oh yeah.
I want to put that into a line dance.
That would be
That would be
so
cool.
intense.
Yeah, something different. So I'm working on that.
That'd be fun.
I don't know why I thought about that, but anyway, go back to you mentioned competition and stuff like that. So
Yes.
yeah, tell us about your competition and something that would be like a memorable time from that or a memorable performance that you did.
Can I show a video real quick?
Sure.
When it comes to line dancing,
Yeah, I got 2 in there.
Will's actually been the only one between us to actually compete in line dancing before. I just do not compete in line dancing because I just find it, for me, it's more of like
I've done
a
it
bar
once.
fun activity to do, and I like doing it out, so I just don't compete. And then for country swing, Will's been competing for years now. A year, 2 years,
year and a half, I believe.
like all across the country. Well,
Yeah.
when we mentioned Nashville Dance Fest, that was last month, and that was my first time competing in country swing ever.
Yeah.
So I believe the video he's going to show is not of our competition, but of his competition, also at Nashville Dance Fest. But so I'm newer to the competition scene than
Let's see it.
So this was Jackie Hill, which means I had a random partner. So unfortunately, I didn't get to dance with Angelina for the song. And I actually ended up getting third, and this is just a clip out of that.
Oh, I lost them. If y'all can hear me, y'all come back in. We were having a good time. Well, oh, here they come. I'm bringing y'all back in if you can hear me. There you are.
Yeah.
I lost you for a second. I was starting to talk to myself.
Did you see that video? Could you see that video?
Yeah, I could. That was pretty cool. I liked. I don't know what it's called, but like when she went down and basically that spread eagle move there, that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then there's one that you taught me or us when I came to your class. There's like where you just kind of like go around. I can't remember what it's called, but you go around and
the ride.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
That's
He's really good at those. And that's one of the moves we're still trying to figure out how to teach.
It's one of the hardest ones to teach because it is so
based
off body control
and
body
feel between the lead and the follow.
So. Balance for sure. And then also, for me as the follow, it was like trying to get with the lead where they knew enough what they were doing that they could guide me through it, But it was pretty cool. I love that.
Yeah, it's definitely been a slow process, like with the country swing side, slowly building up the leads and the follows. Mm-hmm. Because when you have higher level, if you have 5 even just higher level leads and follows, then anyone else who's learning and getting to dance with them will learn so much quicker.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So we've been slowly getting better, but people are getting really good now. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. We're hoping it's just gonna get exponential.
And on the line dancing side.
Yeah.
Tuscaloosa's got a ton of line dancing now that's really picking up, which is only an hour away. So
yeah, there you go.
It's really good.
Now when you're teaching, you said you have some people that are support personnel basically for you. So if you had to go out of town to a competition or out for your job or whatever, do those people come in and teach for you?
They haven't yet. We've discussed it, but not currently, but maybe eventually.
We would like to get to that point, but right now, and luckily enough, there hasn't been anything big that we've had to cancel our stuff. And usually it's not both of us. If one of us has to go out of town, usually it's not both of us going out of town. So one of us can usually cover for that type of thing.
Yeah.
But, perfect.
Because I can teach beginner line dances and she can teach beginner country swing.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I'm very lucky that I have some really good dance friends that have been with me for 6-7 years now. And when I need to be out of town, they can take over. So that's really appreciate you, Angie, Shannon, and Brenda, everybody that does that for me. Mary. Let's see.
We have to tell the story real quick. Sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
So how this actually started and how we met and how we got our friends, the friends of ours that actually are like our ambassadors, what we call them, who help us out. Mm-hmm. So I get to Birmingham and I'm trying to find country swing in general, just anything, line dancing, anything. Find out that there's a group me, whatever. They meet at a park and did traditional country swing.
At 8 o'clock at night.
No line dancing either. On Tuesdays from 8 to 10. Until she came in. So I pull up to that. We don't know each other. And I'm like, oh yeah, why don't y'all try this modern country swing stuff and not do this thing where you're yanking her arm off? And actually knows a little bit of footwork. At the same time, she's coming in there and starting to do a little more line dancing. We end up meeting. And then things went from there. But with that group, they're just dancing at a park, and the park got like rough concrete, so you can't even really spin well on it. It was cool to be outside, but it was just kind of,
and the lights turned off at 9:30 or something, so
dance fast.
And it's late at night, and so anyways, it gets really cold as winter comes in, and I go, hey, why don't we just do it at my apartment in the lobby, because the lobby's actually pretty big and it's tile floor and pretty smooth. Well, so a bunch of people come to that. And since then, that group has met at my apartment lobby since. Yeah. So since December or whatever it was. And probably 2 or 3 weeks in, I started teaching full country swing lessons. And then maybe a month later, you start teaching line dancing at the same thing.
It went fast.
Yeah, maybe even just
mine wasn't as formal as his though. It was very much one of my friends would be like, "Hey, let's do a line dance." And I'm like, "Okay, let's do a line dance." And we'll teach it real quick and do it.
Yeah, I came in, and as I've started to teach just random people, like, "Hey, y'all should try this and teach this." I just eventually, enough people were interested. I just went, "All right, everybody, circle up. We're gonna do this thing."
You're a leader. You're a leader. In more ways than one.
Yeah.
Well, I've got my own cement and concrete story too, because I have a Becca's Boot Scooters line dance performance troupe, and so I teach homeschool. I teach line dance in homeschool at a homeschool cover school on Highway 31.
That's awesome.
And I do my private lessons there and everything. Private lessons are available.
Us too.
That's right. Book us. But anyway, we were going to go practice the other night for an upcoming performance, and I did not realize that the school people there were having an event in the room that I teach in. And so all my people show up, and I'm like, well, we got this parking lot here. So that's what we did. We went and danced in the parking lot. And it's not easy to do it. You can't slide and things like that. But it worked. And that's the other thing is, if you want to dance, you have a love of dance, you're going to find a place to dance. Yeah. And you mentioned those big bars that were here before and throughout, the past 30 years. I've been to all of them. And when they shut down, you go and you find a place to dance. We would travel all over the state, the Southeast, and we just keep it going until another one opens up. But luckily, maybe we got some people interested in opening one. So
hey, we're ready.
Yeah. Well, I guess I probably need to let y'all go because it's getting late. But is there anything that we haven't talked about that you want to share about steel country dancing?
I mean, we are new. So meaning anyone should come. If you're interested, please come. Like, everyone is coming at it from a basic level. We've talked about that a lot tonight. We always are having new people in, so never think you are too far gone, or I've never danced before, or I can't dance. Like, there's steps involved. We can teach you. Please come. All are welcome. Anyone can be a lead or follow or learn line dancing. We want to create such just a welcoming community that no matter who you are, how young, old, no matter what, please come, learn to dance, and have a good time with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will back that up and say that you don't have to come as a couple. You can come individually.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
You can rotate in. And we do that too.
Yeah, one of the things we do, we should mention this, is when we teach a country swing lesson, it is a partner dance. We rotate partners quickly. Yes. So you get over your nerves really fast. You get thrown in, and you don't have to bring anybody. You can come by yourself. We make it comfortable.
Yes,
we make sure everyone's respectful and
definitely in line, not line dance, but just dancing in general. There's always that rule as if you come as a couple and you want to stay as a couple, you can.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
If you don't want to, it's better. You learn more from all these different people if you rotate.
Also, we still make mistakes. Generally, during teaching, last time I went, I forgot the name of this step, but we're going to do it. We still make mistakes. So
Definitely.
We help her.
I always call those my variations when I make mistakes.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. I'm putting up here. It's Still Country Dancing on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at Still Country Dancing on Instagram.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Still Country Dancing on TikTok.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It's simple.
Somehow we got all those.
And our link tree is on our Instagram, and that's where you can find our calendar with all our events and all our lessons, as well as if you want a private lesson with either one of us, you just message us through Instagram, and that's also our group me is on there. So if you join the group me, you get like all the first look information of what's happening, where t-shirt sales, all the good stuff. So
yeah,
awesome. Well, y'all are just rocking and rolling, and I love it. I love it.
All right.
Blood.
Also, I just want to mention really quickly that our ultimate goal is to like spread country swing and line dancing throughout Alabama and like just this area in general. So we're slowly trying to find if anyone is interested in learning how to teach country swing or teach line dancing, to reach out to us. And even if it's not from us, like we can give good resources for that. And because we really just want it to spread more and more. So definitely. We would love if more people would do what we've done in Tuscaloosa, down in Wetumpka, where there's actually a country dance bar and stuff like that. So we're excited to see what will happen. And my ultimate goal is to have Alabama state championships for country swing and line dancing.
Perfect. I love it. Yeah, we kind of talked about before that there tends to be some kind of cliques within the dance community, and I'm not one like that. I go to all the different groups and try to get along with everyone. And I'm also one that I don't hold my line dances secret that I'm teaching. I'll share it with anybody that wants to know, because the more people that know that dance, the more bigger group we can get together on the floor and do the same dance together. Mm-hmm. So there you go. So we're of the same mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is what we need.
All right. Well, I appreciate y'all coming on tonight and sharing your story. And maybe come back and give us some updates when y'all have some other big announcements to make. Does that sound good?
Absolutely.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And y'all just make sure you go and you follow their stuff. And same thing for Wildflower Western Travel and Wildflower Western Lifestyle Live on Facebook. And website's coming soon. All right, guys. Y'all have a good evening.
Becca.
Thank you. Good night.